Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. Okay guys, I wanted to let you know what's going on with your girl Big C, but before we get into that, I would like to wish all of my Muslim subscribers a very happy Ramadan. I know it just started, so I just want to wish you all a very pleasant and blessed Ramadan. Okay, so listen, Big C, wants to be paid and she wants you to pay her. So we have a few updates that we need to go through. I don't want to get in trouble with Big C, so I'm not posting all of her pictures, you get me, on my page, because I'm not trying to get my channel taken down. When I grew up, I want to be Chanel. Chanel take people's channels taken down, okay? They'll take your pics down, they'll take them down, they'll take your channel down. I kind of respect that, I have to say. So I just wanted to pull up some pictures. Let's start off first with the emerald green bags that are coming for I think it's 22A. Those ones are coming. I'm so excited to see those. I think those are going to be absolutely phenomenal. So basically, which one do we have? Okay, so the 22A emerald green, I think there are going to be 3 varieties of green. There should be an iridescent one, there'll be an emerald green one, and there'll be another one as well. So there'll be 3 to choose from. One of them will be coming in the mini with the top handle format, and then there'll also be, I think, just like the minis as well. They're going to be absolutely insane. So I just thought I would let you guys know about that. As you all know, the 18S emerald green, that is a mythical like color in Big C world. A lot of Chanel fans and Chanel collectors missed out on that and have been hunting down that color. I've seen one of the bags in the 18S color from the original series that when it came out going for as much as $20,000. Remember, this is not an exotic, this is not just, it's just a color, you know, just based on that color because it's been so hyped. So I just wanted to let you know that those emerald colors are coming back. So like I said, iridescent green, that's it, iridescent green, emerald green, and dark green. So there'll be 3 varieties, so you can go and check out that. The green in the mini, the color code is NI689. They're saying here that the EU price is like 3,000, I think it's 3,600, and the reference is B0A577. So that's for the mini if you're interested in that like emerald green color. That color is not going to be for everyone, but I think for those of you who missed out on the 18S one, you'll probably be super excited to hear about that. The mini is also coming in black, it's coming in light pink, it's coming in pink, red, burgundy, and dark gray. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about for 22A is the Coco handle. I know some of you love the Coco handle. Shout out to my girl Nakia, one of my subscribers. She loves the Coco handle. Me and her, we always like play around about that bag. It's not my cup of tea, but Miss Nakia loves it. I know many of you love that bag. So it's coming back in 22A. It's coming in black, it's coming in white, it's coming in pink, red, yellow, and it's also coming in that emerald green as well, that NI689, that's the color code. They say here that the EU price for one of these sizes will be 4,600. I'm sorry, I'm not putting pictures up. I'm not trying to get in trouble, okay? And the reference is B05061. Those Coco handles are going to be absolutely huge. They're going to be so popular. So many people are going to be trying to get them. I think obviously it goes without saying, if you love the Coco handle, you should, try and reserve, sooner rather than later. Okay, the next one that we're going to talk about here is the small classic flap, but this one is coming back in pink, dark pink, beige. It's not coming in caramel, by the way. Yellow, purple, and navy blue. The purple is super beautiful. It's like this black currant purple. It looks like Ribena. Those of you in the UK remember when I was at school in the UK, I used to drink Ribena. It's like Ribena. The reference for this one is NI690. It's 7,300 euros in the EU. And I think, hold on, wait. The Coco handle is caviar, and the classic here is also caviar. So these are going to be very hot, obviously, because they're caviar. People, are going to love them. There's so many options coming this time around, so I just wanted to quickly let you guys know about that. And now I want to talk to you about the So Black Trendy that's coming. We talk about the So Black Trendy that's coming. Let me quickly tell you about the Duma backpack, which is coming for 22A, which is Métier d'Art. It's coming in lambskin, it's coming in white, black, pink, that emerald green, and dark gray. A few of you missed out on the 22C Duma backpack. So basically, the Duma backpack is actually very small. You need to be warned, it's very small. The EU price here, it says 4,300. It could go up or it could go down. The reference is B08609. I think it's worth just kind of, noting that, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like with their bit, sometimes you're like, oh wow, it's like this, it's going to be this massive backpack and it's going to be so amazing and I'm so excited, and then you see it and that thing is tiny. So I just wanted to quickly let you guys know about that. And now I wanted to also show you some other bits, because I just realized I said we were going to talk about the trendy, but there were some other things I quickly wanted to also tell you. So basically, there's been some confusion about the launch date for the 22A Métier d'Art collection. Some of you were asking me, like, when's it coming out? You heard a different month. Technically, the Métier d'Art collection is always in boutiques in June. So they're actually doing a catwalk show in Florence in Italy on the 7th of June. So my guess would be that the day that they do that catwalk show is the day it will be in boutiques, at the very least in France and Paris, like by then. I don't foresee them doing it earlier, and on the website, at least on the UK site, I saw this with my own eyes, and the EU site as well, I believe, they actually say 100%, like the Métier d'Art show, they say in boutiques in June. So this will be in stores in June. So if you want to start reserving, yeah, you can just go ahead and do that. Of course, I'd love to know what you guys are getting from it. By the way, there is a boxed set that's coming. It's absolutely insane. It is 60,000 euros, and it's going to be a box of 4 minis. Remember how I told you a while ago that when Big C discontinued exotics, they had this like hole basically in their handbag business. I remember I saw a VIP on Instagram say that. I think that VIP is right, and I think that they're now doing these ridiculous games like making these box sets, which of course they don't make many for each market or each boutique. It's 60,000 euros. For context, a Birkin 25 Process in the US is $47,800 US, and that's an exotic croc piece. And in the EU is 43,000 euros. So you can get a whole exotic bag, whether it's from Hermes or from Fendi or from Louis Vuitton, instead of buying this box set. I know you get 4 mini bags. I keep forgetting to tell you guys things about the Métier d'Art collection, because I'm so obsessed with the So Black Trendy news. But there's also a Caramel 19 that is coming, and that is coming in 22A. That's going to be crazy. It's the same color code as always for the Caramel Brown. It's NB356. That one is coming. That is going to be a freight train without wheels. It goes without saying, you need to reserve that thing. That thing is going to be reserved to literally the moons of Jupiter. Okay, like no one is going to get that back. Like no one who's on the Jupiter moons, the Galilean moons, and no one who's literally on Earth. No one is going to get that back. So if you want it, you really need to move now, and go and reserve it now if you can. But it's only coming in the 19. It's not coming in the classics. I know a lot of people are like, oh well, it's not special anymore. I don't really think that's the point. I think the color is still very special and very, very hard to get. Many people are desperate to get their hands on that one. I think the Caramel 19s look just so yummy, and they look like they can go with everything. I love it in any size. Another thing is there was this rumor going around Facebook specifically that so basically there was a rumor first of all going around that 22B, which is the autumn winter part 1, that there was going to be a mini in caviar coming in gold and silver. And then a very reliable personal shopper who's known for posting reliable stuff posted it. And then in this group, people were like, no, that's not true. I actually am leaning to think it's true because she posted the reference and she posted like the internal sheet. I'm not reposting it here because I'm not trying to get in trouble, but I definitely saw that there was a reference for the product. And you could see the colors and you could see 100% it said grain, calf skin, whatever, in the mini, and it was gold and silver. So I do think it's worth just double checking. It's possible that maybe it's just going to be released in France. Who knows? If you're in France, you will let me know. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about here is the So Black Trendy. I think this is going to be so special. This is so darling, so beautiful. Of course, as you know, the Trendy is my favorite bag of the brand. I'm not too worried about the Trendy right now. I want to focus on other things like the Dauphine and the 19 because I know the Trendy will never be discontinued. And the current price of the Trendy at this point, I mean, you have to love the bag to buy it because the price is so expensive. So it's in the So Black hardware. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it, love it. This is going to be huge. This is going to be another freight train. This is going to be another spaceship, except this time we're going to Saturn. No one is going to get this bag. Okay, you guys, so my camera actually died. So while it was charging, I decided to go and do some laps in the pool. And while I was in the pool, I was thinking about what I was going to say in this portion of the video. It's so annoying when cameras die, but basically, there's some big changes that are happening with Chanel in the US, and then we're going to talk about France, Australia in a bit, and Europe, because there's also some updates that I wanted to share with you. So basically, this is what you need to know. Big C has said that they're now tiers at Chanel. Elite Plus, and this is according to a Instagram user called Island Runner Mum, so full credit to her. This is where I saw it. She posted it on her stories. They're tiers basically. There's Elite Plus, so that's 25,000 US dollars a year. There's this thing, I think they call it PVIC. That's $50,000. I'm gonna call them VIPs because that's what I'm used to. And then the VIP tier for US dollars, 100,000 US dollars a year. And then the VVIP tier is 150,000 US dollars a year. So I actually heard from one of you who told me privately you're actually in the VVIP tier of 150,000 US dollars a year, and you're telling me like the things that you get invited to, and it definitely is obviously, you know, it's everything. It's like ready to wear, fine jewelry, you know the works, and that's the thing that they want. So what's happened is if you don't register for the Elite Plus bit, you cannot reserve bags basically. So if you're not spending more than 25,000 US dollars a year, you can't reserve a bag anymore. This is actually really, really clever. I know many people think like, oh my God, this is just going to encourage resellers. This is actually really clever. What this is going to do, this is going, you know, like how in crime shows they put luminol so that they can see the blood splatter or whatever. This is literally going to put luminol on all of the resellers, because a reseller should be able to buy a few other bits in order to score the bags that they really want to score in order to resell, right? Whereas a real client will be buying for themselves because they're passionate and they love it. I feel like Big C are trying to get rid of people who are like amateur resellers, so maybe clients who are reselling bags that they're no longer using, and then people who are doing this like professionally, like this is their job. So you might be like, okay, this is going to encourage resellers. I actually think that they're doing this to literally luminol the resellers so they know who the resellers are, so that they can then ban them. They've already banned about 2,000 clients. I remember seeing that on the Purse Forum once. They've banned about 2,000 clients in the US in the past few years. They are not playing with you. In light of banning all of these clients and deciding to change the VIP tiers so that you can no longer reserve if you are spending under 25,000 US dollars a year, I think this is fair, because in France they don't even really have tiers like in the EU. From what I'm familiar with, it's 100,000 euros a year to be considered a VIP in France. It's 100,000 Australian dollars to be considered a VIP, and that's like your starting point. We haven't started talking about VVIP tiers and triple VVIPs and the people who are like buying couture and going to Paris and being fitted, you know, meeting, you know, double V and all of that, because there are clients, you know, who would get to meet her and things like that, and maybe they're clients who will ask her to make them like a couture wedding dress. So they're different types of tiers, but in terms of the people below 100,000 euros or below 100,000 Australian dollars a year, from what I am familiar with, those multiple tiers that exist in America do not exist in Europe. They don't exist in Australia, from the research that I have done. So do I think this is fair? Yes or no? I think at the end of the day, I have to respect Chanel's business decision, because I think sometimes people think that these corporations are people. It is not a person. It is a brand. It is an entity. It is a corporation. It's a company. They want you to support their brand and buy everything. And I want to be clear about something. Big C is a fashion brand. Okay, that was Coco Chanel's whole thing, was that she wanted to free women from the rigors of corsets and really, really, really rigid clothing, right? That was her thing. So they want you to be part of that ready-to-wear DNA. Bags are not their DNA. Ready-to-wear is their DNA. I remember one of the Chanel execs, I think he told CPP Luxury last year that they're selling through like 96% of their prêt-à-porter in every single market, every single season. So it's not like, I'm sorry. Big C's prêt-à-porter is not like Big H, honey. Okay, people want to buy Chanel's ready-to-wear. They always have nice bits, and that's one thing we can give Double V. She's so good at clothing, and her ready-to-wear is beautiful, and it's so nice. You can always see something super nice to buy. Because their ready-to-wear actually does well and is commercially successful, they can afford to be quite picky about the people who they will allow to reserve bags. So I feel like if you're the kind of person who maybe you buy 2 pieces of ready-to-wear a year at Big C, and maybe you're in the US, I mean, their ready-to-wear is expensive. I mean, I was looking at a tweed and denim jacket that I liked from 22p. I saw it on the personal shopper's page, and she didn't even add her markup. She was just quoting the retail price. It was like 6,250 euros. I mean, it's quite pricey. So you can see, imagine they had like an elite level in France. Like imagine you just spent 10,000 euros on ready to wear. You're already going to hit that target quite quickly if you buy ready to wear. And if you buy fine jewelry, and obviously if you buy couture, that is a game changer. Like, there's no doubt about it that, of course, if you buy a couture piece, and their couture pieces are very expensive. I mean, you're going to be invited to events. They're going to, really want to get to know who you are. And I respect it, honestly. I have no problem with what they're doing whatsoever. I think it's fair. I think it's fine. The effort that they spend to market to someone who can spend $150,000 a year is the same effort they can spend to people who buy bags and literally maybe spend $10,000 a year, $15,000 a year, but want to score every single unicorn bag so they can resell it and put it on Fashion File. It's the same effort, it's the same energy, it's the same manpower that goes into trying to acquire those customers. So it would make sense that they would want to kind of choke off the people who are not profitable. This is about money at the end of the day. If you are not buying ready to wear, you're not buying fine jewelry, you're not buying couture, you're not buying their watches. By the way, if you buy their watches, we haven't talked about that, the J12, some of their other watches, do you know that Chanel have like a stake in this very well-respected watchmaker called FP Journe, that brand? Like, at the end of the day, they want you to be part of their other things that they're doing. I mean, I don't even have to say this should be obvious, but if you buy a high jewelry piece from Chanel, one of their 6-figure high jewelry pieces, like, hello, you're gonna get any bag you want. But presumably, if you're buying their high jewelry pieces, their bags are the least of your worries, or you're probably not gonna be too worried about their bags. You probably have plenty of them. But let's say, you see a unicorn, you will be the first person they call. So couture, fine jewelry, ready to wear, timepieces, high jewelry. Those are the categories that you should really be focusing on if you're in the US and you're trying to move up in those levels. If you're in France, you're in Europe, you're in Canada, or you're in Asia and Australia, from what I have been told, those tiers don't really exist. I actually think it's a good idea not to have too many tiers. I think it's fair to just say the VIP level, for example, in the EU starts at 100,000 euros a year, and then to require people to hit that. I mean, at the end of the day, with the bag limits, you can't really hit it with the bag limits. Do you know what I mean? Even in euros, you can't really hit that 100K without buying ready-to-wear, without buying fine jewelry, without buying their couture, or without buying watches. You can't hit that. Because you can't really hit 100,000 euros a year in spend in the EU without buying ready-to-wear and fine jewelry and couture and timepieces. I think it really just does show the way Chanel have kind of engineered this system to force people to support the other categories in their business. And like I said, it's not like the ready-to-wear is this ugly duckling that no one wants. It does sell, and it's very commercial, and it does well, and people do like to buy it. So it's not like it's not working. I'd love to know what you guys think about these new changes that Big C has made. What does all of this mean? How are you guys going to be dealing with all of these changes that Big C is making? Does it bother you? Do you think it's okay that people have to, you know, spend all of this money? I think it is what it is. I mean, these are luxuries. No one needs to spend that money. I mean, I like Chanel's clothing. I think Chanel's clothing's great. A lot of people are like, oh, it's like granny clothing. I don't think so at all. I think you need to know where to look. A lot of the new collections that Double V's doing, they're very fresh, they're very fun, and they're very modern. So I think it's worth just checking out their clothes if you love Chanel and you want to kind of maybe build your status in the brand. I think it's worth checking out their ready-to-wear. Honestly, I was not a huge fan of their fine jewelry, but I actually think their fine jewelry is looking much better than it did before, and some of the fine jewelry is very nice. Of course, it's very expensive, but some of it is absolutely lovely and very, very nice. I would love to know what you think about all of these new changes that are happening with Big C. Make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to my channel, you hit notifications, you join the Facebook group. It's so much fun. I feel like so many of you are missing out because you're not members of the group. So make sure that, yeah, you join. And by the way, I do actually have a companion article to this video on my blog. If you just wanted to read about the info about all of the new bags and colors that are coming, the ones that I've mentioned, you can just go check it out on my blog. It's linked below. So yeah, make sure you obviously read that article, join my Facebook group, and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have to slay Instagram and TikTok this year. Like, I have to make it happen if I can find time. Today was a public holiday in Tanzania, so there was no work today, so I didn't go to work today. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to film all of these TikToks and I'm going to be so productive, and it literally didn't happen. So I don't know why. Like, why do national holidays feel like Saturday? Does anyone else kind of feel that? I would love to know what you think. You guys, on Saturday, of course, I have Baked Part 2. I also have a fine jewelry video coming next week. I've got some really cool videos. Apparently there's a Cartier price increase that is due, so I will film a video about that probably next week as well. I've got so many fun videos that are coming up, but I don't want you to miss out. So make sure you subscribe. I would love to get to 4K very soon, so please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And by the way, double check that YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you. That would be really awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.